closed. Now what does Qeela wa Qaal serve? What is it used for? It is used for spreading and circulating negative information. Like I told you, things which are not reliable. It's used for spreading rumors. A lot of rumors are used under the pretense of Qeela wa Qaal. So one day, Britney Spears became a Muslim. And then the next day, she's not a Muslim. And then she's a Muslim. Then she's not a Muslim. Every day one of these big superstars embraces Islam. And then the next day they say, oh, that person comes and says, I never became a Muslim. This happened many times. One captain, one soccer coach in one of the local Saudi teams, German or something, they said he became a Muslim. And he came the next day and made fun of Islam. He said, I never became a Muslim. Who said that I became Muslim? Blah, blah, blah. Rumors. People get excited. Don't you be one who forwards emails. Go back to the lecture, do not forward. And don't be one who spreads these rumors without verification. Ghiba, backbiting. All kinds of, and backbiting, I mean, you all know the lecture, what is between the jaws, restrain it, and the dangers of backbiting. So people are actually backbitten in the process without, the person maybe, even if he had that fault, if there's no excuse, Islamically allowed, reason for you to mention that, it is not allowed to mention it. It is not allowed to mention that Fulan had this and that, because it still falls under backbiting. So it is used for that. It is used for gossiping. It is used for mentioning the people's faults and defects and negativities. It is used for evil assumption. It is used for lying. It is used for spying. It is used for exciting the people physically. And it is used for exposing the honor of Muslims and undermining it and making it something that is unimportant. Furthermore, the people use it to spread enmity, to spread envy, to spread hatred, to spread sectarianism, to broadcast the statements of the munafiqeen. For example, one hypocrite, one disbeliever, some person says something which actually is coming from no one. That person himself is no one, and his opinion is worth a penny. People will make a big deal by themselves broadcasting the statement of this no one. So they send it to everybody and they make a big fitna. Had they ignored him from the beginning, they would have saved everybody the headache. He wouldn't have received this kind of, attraction and the people being interested in what he had to say. So it's used to spread this kind of stuff. Secrets. The secrets of people are exposed in Qeela wa Qaal. Did you not hear? Somebody will tell you something, I lost my job, don't tell anyone. And then this person says, did you hear that Fulan lost his job? And the news goes around and you ruin for him another job, or you ruin his, whatever you may ruin for him, because you couldn't keep, your mouth closed. It's all falling under Qeela wa Qaal. And of course it prevents positive news. Qeela wa Qaal is used to tarnish the reputation of the scholars. And the scholars, as said by one of the Salaf, that I believe it's Ibn Asakir, that their flesh is poisoned. The flesh, luhumuhum masmuma. Their flesh is poisoned. If you eat their flesh, because backbiting is what? Eating the flesh of your brother while he's dead. Eating the flesh of your dead brother. Biting it, eating them, entails that your heart shall die before you meet Allah. Your heart will die before you meet Allah, because you are dealing with the flesh of the scholars. And when we say that, some of you may already thinking in your mind, but Fulan is a scholar and he was speaking about, no he's not. No he's not. When we say scholars, we mean real deal scholars. And with all due respect to all the du'at in the world, which we put them on our head as they say, if they don't know the Arabic language, they can never be scholars. Never. The best you can do is be a da'i. Best is that you use some translation that someone has done on your behalf with his biased views, with his mistranslation, with his errors, with this and that. All kinds of ideologies are inserted into translations. All kinds. You read the tafsir, the translation of the Quran, the Yusuf Ali version versus Sahih International versus this, you find a huge gap in the meaning and the translation of words, from horoscopes to buruj, and it's a very difficult thing. So no one who has not really learned Arabic, I'm not saying you have to be an Arab, has learned Arabic thoroughly, so that he's able to speak Arabic, and he's able to write Arabic, he's able to read Arabic, he's able to parse, to do i'rab, meaning you give him a whole poem or a whole ayah, he will be able to tell you this is mubtada, this is badal, this is harf jar, this is majroor, this is na'at, mudaf, mudaf ilayh, kana wa khawatiha, anna wa khawatiha, the whole 9 yards. Without it, you cannot be a scholar. You can be a big da'i, you can be whatever, and we give these titles. But so some of these individuals now who are speaking in the English world are not ulama in this sense, because they don't have the Arabic language. And they don't qualify with that, let alone had they been given only authentic sunnah, everybody would have kept their mouth closed. But when they spread bid'ah and innovations, and they take the people away from the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, wrong ideology, unorthodox interpretation, these things have to be clarified. It becomes an amana to be clarified. So make that distinction there, so you will not think there's contradiction. There's no contradiction in what is being said now.